So hey guys, and welcome to the Yankee and the Brits. So you may notice that the Yankee isn't here today, which means only one thing. We're talking about some British sports today, guys. We're actually going to be talking about cricket, which for our American fans out there, they may not know where that is. So in a few months' time, not in a few months' time, in a few weeks' time, I'm going to be explaining cricket to you guys. And hey, I think you guys will actually love it. Basically, the crux of cricket is it takes over 5 days to play a game, and it can all end up in a draw. So it's not a very American sport, but you know, you guys might love it. And at the moment, we're going to be talking about England playing against India. So England are playing in India in Test cricket, and it's actually going to be the second test of the series. If you guys want to wake up and watch that, I'll be waking up at 4 in the morning, our time, to watch that tomorrow, just because I love cricket that much. So, without further ado, let's get on to the cricket, shall we? Okay, so the big news of the game basically comes from the England camp, and that is there's going to be 4 changes. So England are keeping up with their rotation of the team, which I think is fair enough. They've come in to the Test series and said, we're going to rotate our players so they don't get too tired. And obviously Jimmy's getting left out, which after his absolutely cracking performance in the last test seems a bit harsh, but he is getting on now, and he's only been replaced by Stuart bloody Broad, who has 500 wickets as well. So Stuart Broad coming in to replace him, I think that's fair enough. Not going to be many issues there in that replace. Broadie's more than capable of taking wickets when it's reversing as well. We also have Moeen Ali coming into the team for Dom Bess, who is getting dropped. Dom Bess getting dropped. Golden Arm Bessie, we've been calling him in my house. I think it's fair enough that he gets dropped. I do think if Moeen didn't have to go through COVID protocol when he first arrived, then he probably wouldn't be having this issue. You know, like I think he would have played in the Sri Lanka test and would have got some overs in his legs. Well, now he's had some training and he's back. And I'm tipping Moeen to have a big game, but we'll talk about that a bit later on in the video. And the next bit of news is Jofra Archer's missing out. Jofra bloody Archer, one of the best bowlers in world cricket at the moment, has had to have an injection in his elbow. They are saying he'll be back for the 3rd test, so fingers crossed. And I hope they pick Olly Stone over the top of Chris Woakes. I love Chris Woakes. In English conditions, Chris Woakes is the best bloody bowler going. Swings it down, you know, Chris Woakes, absolute genius with the ball. And I love the guy, but I just think a bit of pace and variation will do it. And Olly Stone getting up to 90 miles an hour, flicking it right down there. Good work from Olly Stone. Hopefully getting into the England cricket team, but I don't think Wokesy makes us miss out too much. And the final bit of news for England is Ben Foakes will be coming into the team to wicket-keep over Jos Buttler, who we all knew was getting replaced. Obviously, if you're new to cricket, you probably didn't know that Jos Buttler was getting replaced, but Jos Buttler's getting replaced because he's getting rested and he'll be back for the T20 series. So good luck to Foakesy. We all know he's a wonderful wicketkeeper and he's played well in the Asian continent before. So again, I don't think England miss out too much there. Now there is also a bit of news coming from the Indian side. So India are now going to be allowed to have 15,000 fans. That's 50% capacity in the Chennai ground. Now 15,000 fans, that's in the same stadium as 3 days before. There were no fans. And don't you think it's a bit of a coincidence, considering we've just beat them, they're going to put 15,000 fans in the stadium? Like, I'm not saying that they're risking people's lives to put them in the stadium because they love cricket so much. But, hey, it's a bit of a coincidence, and they do love cricket over there, and there has been a bit of uproar about the absolute thumping England gave India a couple of days ago. So, a bit of a coincidence there for me. And then obviously there has been a lot of talk about dropping their second spinner Naseem for either Axel Patel or Kuldeep Yadav, and I think they have to change that second spinner. Obviously, if Jadeja was there, Jadeja would be playing. I think we all know that. But as Jadeja isn't there, it's got to go. It's got to go to Patel or Yadav for me, and I think Yadav is your best wicket-taking option. I think Patel is the best for just coming into the side and doing a job, which is something that they were missing. They were missing that bit of control when the seamers were getting tired and Ashwin was obviously all bowled out. So that's the news ahead of the test. But now we move on to the prediction. Quick video and we're already up to the predictions. So my predictions are probably going to be a draw. This one. Yes, that's right, American fans. Draws exist in sport. How crazy is that? So I think it's going to be a draw. It's going to be played out across the 5 days. To just turn into a draw sounds very boring, but for me, it's going to be very exciting, very close game. I predict that Broadie's going to come in, take a few wickets, get that ball reversing early. I think Root is going to be on fire. Like, he looks unstoppable. Even in that second innings where he didn't score that big, he was still pulling out reverse sweeps. That sweep shot just looks unstoppable. So, Rooty to have a big game, Broadie to take a few wickets. And I think Moeen's going to come back and he's going to have an impact. He has, remember, run through India before. And not only has he run through India before, it was in English conditions, non-Indian conditions, where it's more spin conducive. So I think Moeen is going to have a big game, I think. And Leachy looked like he was comfortable and could take a few wickets. He could probably do to not bowl in a Rishabh Pant. Rishabh Pant, I think, is also going to be the thorn in England's side throughout this test. I think he's going to be the guy who comes out and scores big runs really quickly, puts the pressure on and makes England not able to attack in the way that they want to. I can't see India being as bad as they were in the last game in terms of their fielding. And to be honest, I can't see England being as good. I have said Rooty's going to be on fire, but do we trust Dom Sibley to go out and face 300 balls and score a good 87 again? Do we trust those players like Stokes and Ashwin is going to be a great battle? And I think that could be where it's decided on if Ashwin can get Stokes out quickly. Like, that sounds simple, doesn't it? Like, but that's a big battle in that game, Ashwin and Stokes. And Ishant Sharma bowled really well. Jasprit Brummer's going to come on and probably take a few, bowl really well as well. I'm going to see this as a draw with Kohli scoring big runs, Root scoring big runs, and Rishabh Pant being a Rishabh Pant and just coming out and absolutely slogging it and see what happens with that kind of thing. And hopefully Olly Stone comes on and his pace has an impact. It's going to be a great game. It's going to go all 5 days and it's going to turn out to be a draw. And we take it on to the overnight game. I'll see you guys for a review and probably how I was wrong about everything tomorrow. Yeah? Sound good? Awesome. So we'll see you tomorrow for the review. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video. The subscribe button is just a big red one, just like down here. So maybe you should go check that out. Just a nice little cheeky subscribe. And don't forget to follow all of mine and Jay's stuff. So that's things like the Travel Story Society, www.travelstorysociety.com, and NFC North podcast as well. That's with Jay. That's on Facebook, and his Real Talk podcast as well. Me and Jay will also be on to talk about some NFL news as well, which we all know is something that you guys subscribe for. So tomorrow, I'll be back for a review of the cricket. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks very much, guys. Cheers.